How you doing, guys? This is just my note video here. I want to address the stigma or the misinformation about people who overthinks. I've suffered with overthinking for decades, and I finally developed a method that was able to not only quiet my mind, but focus all of my thoughts for the first time. When people say, is overthinking being indecisive? They can't make a decision. Why don't they just make the decision? The problem with just making a decision is because their mind won't allow them to do it. When you make a decision, us as people who suffer with chronic overthinking, is what I call it, chronic overthinking. It's really bad. You suffer from it. Our mind is going down every single avenue to ensure that the decision that we're trying to make, as simple and as basic as that decision is going to be, is the correct one for the first time. We don't want any mistakes. We think everything through, no matter what. If I decide today to go to McDonald's to get something to eat, I guarantee you 99% or 100% I have thought about going to that McDonald's days before coming to that McDonald's. I have thought about McDonald's. I have compared Burger King fries with Culver fries. I have compared McDonald's burgers with Burger King burgers. I have thought about Taco Bell. I've thought about all of these different avenues to ensure that the decision that I'm finally going to make at that McDonald's is the right one. So whatever I decide to order at that restaurant, I have thought about days earlier, or I have thought about it for hours before I even went. And if I can't make that decision right away, I'll either not eat, not get what I want, or end up cooking something at home. And then even that will be a longer decision to make. Sometimes you will think yourself out of a decision. You will think yourself out of certain situations. That's the problem with chronic overthinking, and that's why I wrote this book. Because when I first discovered what I found and what I created, I thought it was a fluke. I couldn't believe how quiet my mind got. I couldn't believe that this actually worked. And I say that because I've read so many self-help books, just like many of you have. But what I learned is all self-help books, what do I want to say? I want to say one size does not fit all. We all learn differently. That's why it hasn't clicked for you yet. That's why you can't stop your chronic overthinking. That's why I couldn't stop it. I've read all the self-help books. I've watched all the motivational videos. We're not lacking motivation. We get motivated to do things all the time. It's our decision making. And we don't have a problem with decision making. Our mind is trying to ensure that the decision that we make is the correct one. So therefore, we go down all the avenues, like I said, we go down all the avenues to ensure that that decision is the correct one. It's protecting us. It doesn't know what else to do. And once those things match, once our decisions and our mind focuses on the task at hand or the decision at hand, it becomes easier. And that's what this first book of my series does. I'm excited to present this to you guys. If you suffer from chronic overthinking, please read this book. Reach out to me and ask me any questions you need to have answered, and I'll explain it. Like I said, I've suffered from this over 30 years. As a kid, I thought I was just overthinking. I thought I was curious about a lot of things. That's not what it was. Solely, that's not what it was. But yes, guys, I'm happy that I wrote this book, and I'm working on this series for you all. Like I said, it changed my life, and I can't wait to get this book in your hands. Thank you.